Hello and welcome to Anchor. If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast, and let me explain to you why. There's a creation tool that's located within the Anchor app, which will allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer. And then Anchor will distribute your podcast for you. That's also one of the perks of using Anchor. And then your podcast could be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from the podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need in one place, which is in the Anchor app. So if you want to get started, and again, it's totally free, then download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started today. Hello and welcome to Life as It Is with me, Dora Middleton. In today's segment, I would like to talk about the Me Too movement. And I would like to start by saying I believe it's a very good thing to have. I think it's giving the victims a chance to come forward and tell about the vicious attacks that they've had to endure at the hands of someone else. And I also believe that it's also a time to where you have a lot of people that's coming out saying things or making accusations that may not be true just to get money. And I don't understand. And again, I'm not blaming the victim. This is just me having my questions. I don't understand how a person can wait. Here it is, 2020, and you have someone coming back from 1979 saying that she was touched by Rick James. Okay, had you been touched by Rick James, why didn't you come out in 1980, 81, 82, anything? But it's 1979 is when you're saying you were touched, and here it is, 2020. Okay, I'm not saying that it didn't happen. I'm saying that why is it that it took so long to come out? I'm not blaming the victim. I'm just saying, because I know a lot of people, they won't come out because they're afraid. They don't know what's going to happen to them if they come out, them or their careers. But see, this is how I feel about this. If you know that you've been a victim of assault of any kind, and you don't come out because you feel it's going to mess up your career, I have a problem with that. And the reason why I have a problem with that is because your life, your body, and your sanity should mean more to you than your career. So all of these people that's coming out saying, well, I didn't say anything because this was a producer, this was a this, and this was a that, and this person had a lot of power. They could have ruined my life, my acting career, my singing career, my this and that. Oh, well. And I say to that, oh, well. It's not like you couldn't have gotten a regular job. So what you're telling us is my career was, it mattered more to me that I had this singing or acting career than to come out and say that I had been raped, that someone has raped me or someone has touched me or, propositioned me. I mean, I don't get it. That's what I really don't understand. I think if you've been violated in any kind of way, it shouldn't matter what you might lose if you come forward. As long as you know that you're doing the right thing, this person is going to be punished and they're going to have to do the time for the crime that they committed. I would have to just wave goodbye to the acting career, the singing career, whatever it is. Because one thing is, so if you might get blackballed, that's fine. It's a thing called everyday living. It's a thing called a 9-to-5 job. It's a thing called, who cares if you don't have the fame and that type of fortune anymore. As long as you have the ability to get out there and work a job, it shouldn't matter. But this is what I'm saying. a lot of people are withholding the fact that they're being raped and victimized, and it's sad. I mean, you have the ones that are done like that, and they're threatened. Their lives are threatened. Now, those situations right there, I get it. You know, you're afraid to come out. You're afraid to come forward because your life has been threatened, or your kids or your families. That's different. That would be a reason for anyone to be like, okay, I better keep my mouth shut and just deal with what I've had to deal with. But if it's only you kept your mouth shut because you were afraid you might get blackballed or not get another acting job or another record deal or be dropped from your contract or whatever the case may be, what the hell is going on here? What's more important to you? What happened to you as a victim and your accuser? I mean, what happened to you as a victim and having this person that you're accusing of this crime that you know did this to you getting time or being punished for what he did? That's what should be more important to you, not your acting or your music career or whatever it is you're off into. The only reason why anyone should maybe not come forward and say that they've been touched is if it's a child that is afraid. And I can understand children are afraid, and I can get it if they don't come forward because they are terrified. They don't know what way to go. And you cannot say that, you know, they knew that they should have done this or that. Kids are confused. They really don't know what to do. All they know is they're being touched in the wrong way or someone has violated them, but they don't know how to handle it. So I can understand a child withholding that information. And you withhold it just to save your career, then why are you saying anything at all? Because all you wanted was your career. And when your career gets where it's at and you have the fame, you have the fortune you have, then you want to come out and then you want to press the issue. Then you want to protest. Then you want to get angry. You should have been angry when it happened. You should have been angry when they did that to you when you were up and coming, trying to get into the business. Don't get angry after you've established your career and you're rich and you're famous and no one's going to take anything from you. Because it's like now you're saying to all of us that's standing outside looking in like, okay, why didn't you do it? Why didn't you come forward when it first happened? We're thinking, well, did you not care that it happened to you? Okay, this is what everyone is thinking. And even if people won't admit to thinking this way, it's on their minds. The first thing you're saying is, okay, it happened. You're saying these people in the industry did this to you, but yet you didn't come forward. Why is that? You had to wait until you made the money or you got the clout, the power that you wanted, the success, and then you want to come forward. No. I'm going to say it again. As a woman, you should have come forward at the beginning. Okay. Look your accuser in the eye and tell him, this is what the hell you did to me. This is what you did to me. So I just don't understand why anyone would wait. And I really can't understand why anyone would wait until 2020 and it happened in 1979. I'm not saying he didn't do it. I'm saying that you should have wanted to look your accuser in the eye and say, this is what you did to me. So now you're going to be punished. He's not here to speak up now. He's gone. Okay, this man is deceased. So now you're fighting his estate. Come on now. Why didn't you come forward before? You're just not realizing that you want to come forward? And I know you're saying that you were young. She's saying she was young back then. I get it. I get that. I do get that part. And I'm just trying to figure out when is the right time to use the Me Too movement, because it seems like the right time, what's the way it's looking is after you're already established, after you've made your money. That seems like that's what that's when they want to utilize the Me Too movement. That's when everyone wants to get angry and tell what happened to them on the casting couch, and how they were groped at parties and all of this and that. Why didn't you just tell it when it happened? Okay, you might have been blackballed. You might just be a normal person working a 9-to-5 job, but guess what? This person would be somewhere in jail or would have done their jail time. Maybe wouldn't have that high position that they have now because you would have put your foot down and you would have said, this is what you did to me and you will be punished. Yes, I might lose my career, my acting or singing career, but you will be punished. You will go to jail for what you did to me. But that's not how people see it. It's like this, the movement is here, but the movement is being utilized after the people get their fame and fortune. And that's just me looking in from the outside. Okay, it's just me looking in from the outside. And trust me, I know, here's the thing. I'm not sitting here saying these people are liars. So please don't twist my words around, anyone that's listening to this. I'm not saying that these women are liars or even the men. I'm not saying anyone's lying. I'm just saying that why would you wait until you're established? You're waiting until your acting career is off the ground. You've made all these millions, or your record deal. You've made all these millions, and then you decide to tell. Or there's been some celebrities out there or singers that decided to tell after they've had their contracts taken away or after they've fallen off, their fame is gone. Then they come out and say, hey, this person was raping me. This person was doing this to me. No, that's not, that is not how this should be. You need to come out, okay? Come out when it happens, okay? Don't wait 20 years on down the line. Don't wait 40 years. Don't wait 10 years. Tell it when it happens so that these people can be punished. Therefore, they won't be able to do anyone else the way that they did you. Help the person that might come after you. And don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it does not happen. I remember moving to California when I was 19 years old. I went to a lot of auditions, was chosen for movies, but turned around, was told, oh, well, this scene I want you to be in is going to be totally nude. But actually, the movie only called for a partial nudity. And I had to talk myself into even auditioning for that role. It was a major film. But then when I met the person, they said, okay, we're going to turn this movie and this scene into full nudity. And I asked, but why? When I was sent here to audition for this role, I was told it was partial nudity. Well, looking at you and looking at your body, I want this scene to be full nudity. And I said, no, I can't do that. And I was told, well, why wouldn't you want to do that? Look at your body. You're a beautiful woman. You have a beautiful body. Women are killed to get this position, that you're in, right, to be in this position you're in right now, to where you can accept this major role. I said, I don't care. And I said no. And the person said, I'll give you a week to think about it. And I'm like, you can give me 2 months to think about it. I'm not going to do it. I'm 19 years old. And I'm not trying to be in a movie nude to where my family and everyone is going to see me on screen butt ass naked. Okay. But here's the kicker with the whole situation. I turned it down, of course, because I meant exactly what I said. I was not going to do it. But when the film came out, she was wearing a gown. She didn't even have to do partial nudity. I can remember being so upset, like, oh my God, why couldn't I just do that? Why is it that the script was changed? Okay. And I was told I would have to do full nudity. And I remember another actor telling me, well, look at her. She has no body. She has no breast. She has no ass. She has nothing. they knew that no one would want to see that, so they put her in a nightgown. And I'm like, but that's not fair. And he said, well, sometimes life isn't fair, is what he told me. He said, I think you should have taken the role because it would have gotten you where you needed to be. And I'm like, no, if I have to do that to get there, then I don't need it. And I meant that. There's a few roles that went kind of like that, but I stood by what I meant. I was not going to start off showing all of my goodies to the whole world like that. That's just something I was not going to agree to do. And that's why I'm saying sometimes you have to give things up. Sometimes you have to just say, okay, I have to do the right thing, and I have to be honest. And if I lose out on something that I really want, which is my acting career or my singing career, so be it. I knew that was a major movie, but I stood by what I felt. I stood by my beliefs. And I said at the age of 19, I was not going to be on screen nude. Okay? Not fully nude. I talked myself into, if I was chosen, I would do the partial nudity. But after meeting the two people in the room, and after they felt that they liked my figure, my body, everything, and it changed from partially nude to full nudity, I had to say no. I have to admit, though, I don't even watch the movie. I watched it one time just to see how it turned out. And I think I just watched it, to be honest, about a month ago. And all I could do is shake my head because I'm like, wow. Why couldn't I just, they just tell me, hey, just put on a nightgown. But instead I was told, okay, after meeting you, looking at your body, we rather do this scene with full nudity. And I couldn't do it. I'm like, I'm not going to do it. Yes, I was proud of my body, but I was proud of my body being covered up, not exploited, not all over the television screen at 19 years old. I was not going to do that. But that's me. Okay? And I'm not judging anyone that does that either. Each person is different. If that's how you do your thing, that's how you do your thing. But I'm just saying, with me, I said no, and I stood by no. I didn't let anyone coerce me to change my mind. It was not going to happen. All right, I would like to take a brief break, and I will be right back. Hello, and welcome back to Life as It Is with me, Tora Middleton. In today's segment, I've been talking about the Me Too movement, and I've also decided to talk about the fact that we have to try to gather as much evidence as possible when it comes to these accusations, because even though this is a really good movement, it's giving people the platform that they need to come out and tell what happened to them. It's giving them the strength that they need to be able to do it, because you have a lot of people backing you, but it's also giving these crooks a chance to come out and say that things have happened to them that might not be true. And you have people coming out saying all sorts of things. And you have these women that's cheated with married men that possibly thought that they were getting something out of it. And when they didn't get what they wanted, they've made up stories. And I believe that those type of people need to be prosecuted. If you're going to wrongfully accuse someone of rape, knowing that this could ruin their whole entire life, and you're doing it because you just want money, instead of working for your own money, you want to take from someone else that has money, that's wealthy, then you should do jail time. And I feel the same way, not just with this Me Too movement. I feel the same way with anything anyone does that's not true. You know what I'm saying? I think that people, when they decide to make false accusations and lie on people, that they should be doing jail time. Don't give them a slap on the hand, because what you've done has ruined families. What you have done has ruined careers. And if you're going to lie to take from someone and get something of theirs that's not yours, then you should be punished for that. This Me Too movement is not for people that want to come out and take from others what does not belong to them. Now, if you have been raped, you've been fondled, you've been propositioned in some kind of way, you've been threatened that if you didn't do things that your career will be ended, that I understand. This is the platform for these people that's been raped, fondled, people that honestly had issues. But when you have people that's waiting 40 years before they say something, I have a problem with this, because what happened? Why would you keep quiet for so long? And now the person is gone and you can't defend them. They can't defend themselves. This is what I'm saying when I say you should always, unless you're a child or someone that's your life has been threatened and they threaten to kill you, that's the reasons why you might not tell. But when you just don't want to jeopardize your career or be blackballed and you don't tell, and you wait until you get established, you wait until you get your millions, you wait until you're this powerful celebrity where then you won't be ruined when you come forward, then why? My question to you is, why are you even coming forward now? Because it wasn't important enough to you to do it before you became famous, before you got rich or richer, before you got the status that you wanted in Hollywood. Then if it wasn't important to come when it first happened, then why would you wait until you're established just to come? Because you're showing us as people that's outside looking in, well, their career was meant more to them than to have this rapist punished. And don't get me wrong. I know there's a lot of people that's going to hear this and say, oh, she's blaming the victim. No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm just saying that if you're not a child that's afraid, or someone, even a grown-up that's that's had their life threatened if they come forward, saying that they're going to kill them or they'll do this and that to their family, then there's no reason for you not to come forward. But if you stayed quiet because you didn't want to jeopardize your acting or singing career or whatever career you have in Hollywood, that's a problem, because you're saying you didn't give a damn. You're saying, oh, well, I don't care. I want to get what I can. I want to further my career. I want to get established, and then I'll come for you. That's not how it works. It isn't. If someone has wronged you, someone has violated you, you need to tell. And it does not matter if you if you're blackballed. Oh, well, then get a real job, which I'm not saying that's not a real job. I'm just saying get a 9-to-5 job. But let me tell you, I believe that, and this is just my opinion, they don't want 9-to-5 jobs. They want that fame. They want the fortune that comes with it, the power. You want to be in that clique of Hollywood. That's why you won't tell it when you're not as big as you want to be. But when you reach that point to where your career is big, you're powerful, you're rich, you're filthy rich, then you want to come out and say, okay, I was violated and this person did it. Then normal people like us are sitting back like, wait a minute. Why didn't you tell this before? What made you hide what happened? What made you feel that you had to wait until your career was established before you said anything? Because you didn't want to be blackballed, basically. And that's not right. If this person, it's not right because it's not fair. And I'm going to tell you why I say that. Because what happens to the next person that comes out? And they're in the same situation that you were in, and this predator does the same thing to them. I say it's not right because you could have saved them. If you had turned in this person, then it wouldn't have happened to the other 4 or 5 after you. So I'm just telling everyone out there, if your life has not been threatened or your family's lives haven't been threatened, you need to tell it from the start. If it means you being blackballed from your acting career, your music career, so be it. Get a 9-to-5 job and live your life. But don't let your accuser continue to make all this money, continue to invite people to his hotel room or on his casting couch, knowing that there's going to be a lot more people coming after you that's going to be violated and raped and fondled and the same way you were, and you could have stopped it, but you didn't because you thought what was more important to you was your career. That's what I have a problem with. I love the fact that this movement is here. I just think that it's just the way things are going. When people decide they want to use it, is what I don't like. When you're coming 20 and 30 years on down the line, when you should have come out when it happened, is why people they don't want to believe what you're saying. They're saying, oh, they're lying because you waited so long. And I'm not saying that the person didn't do it. I'm just saying you waited so long. And in some of these cases, the person is dead. How can they defend themselves? So now it's just one-sided. Now you're saying that, okay, this person did this and that, but the person can't come out and say, that's not true. This is what happened, because they're gone. They're dead. So basically it's what you say and that's it. And that's not fair. You know, people, you need to come out and say what happened. You need to look your accuser in the eye and you need to tell them this is what you did. You attacked me, you raped me, you violated me, whatever they did to you, you need to tell it from the beginning. Don't wait 20 and 30 years before you tell it. And please, for all you women out there that's looking for your come up, okay, and men too, don't accuse someone of doing something they didn't do just because they didn't want to date you, just because you see that you're not going to get what you wanted from them, or because they did date you and they dumped you for someone else and you're scorned. Don't use this as a way to get back at someone and ruin their life, ruin their legacy, ruin their families. And I've always been a firm believer also. Stop dating married men. I don't believe in that, because karma's going to be a bitch when it comes back to you. And you have a lot of women that do cry rape when these men dump them because they didn't leave their wives like they promised they would. Newsflash, they usually don't. Okay? They usually don't. So we have got to be able to figure out what's going on right now, because like I said, it's becoming such a mess. So many so many accusations are flying around till we really don't know who to believe or what to believe anymore. So all I'm saying is we got to do better. We got to figure out what's going on here, because these people are coming 50 years later and saying this has happened, and we don't know what to think. We really don't know what to think, but we can't tell them they're lying, because who are we to say that they are? But we have to try to get as much evidence that we can. But what can you do if the other person is no longer living? What can you really do?